Now, this next story made headlines across the country when a former DOGE staffer, Edward Corristine, who was known as Big Balls, he was brutally bashed in DC. His attackers now, John, have dodged jail thanks to Associate Judge Kendra Briggs of the Superior Court of the District of Columbia. This was a Biden-appointed judge that spared the 15-year-old's jail last week, and this has outraged so many on the right, including President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who posted, "This was a racist verdict by a racist judge. The simple test to apply is if the races had been reversed, the white kids would be in prison. Equal justice for all." What do you think about this case, John? Did race play a part in the decision?
Well, it may have, Rita. There's an ideology on the left that America is a racist country, that our criminal justice system is racist, and therefore you have to balance that out by going easy on Black defendants. Now, those premises are not true at all, but it's something that we see again and again and again in these criminal cases. And criminals get put back out on the streets. The reality is that there are a lot of judges who seem to have more sympathy for the criminal defendants than they do for the victims, in particular when those criminal defendants are Black.
Now, before you go, I've got to ask you about former Biden White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. She has now unleashed on the Democratic Party in her new memoir. She has written about Joe Biden, her boss's dumping, and she did not hold back. She said, "I was angry and sad. I was enraged and heartbroken that this man had given more than 50 years of his life to serving the American people, and in the end, he'd been treated poorly by members of his own party. It was horrible." John, she explains that she's now an independent because she just could not stomach being a Democrat for a minute longer.
Well, Jean-Pierre may call herself an independent, but I don't think she's going to be voting for any Republicans. I don't think she'll be that independent. But, it's hard for me to have a lot of sympathy for her. She saw Joe Biden every day, and she had to know how badly he had declined late in his administration. I think the Democrats should be faulted not for betraying Joe Biden, which is what Jean-Pierre is upset about, but rather for being willing to run Biden for a second term right up until the moment when he collapsed on the debate stage, even though they knew that he was not capable of carrying out the duties of the office. That's the real scandal here.
That is, and she's still covering for him. She still seems to be under the impression that the whole world doesn't know about that cognitive decline, because she did lie about it over and over again. So many times got up there and said just he was the sharpest person in the room and he was outworking everybody in the administration. John Hinderaker, thank you so much for your time tonight.